Hey guys, so I'm going to do a really quick tutorial. I'm going to show you how to begin a continuous granny square blanket. It's made up of these stitches with 3 double crochets and chain spaces in between. I tried to record this weekend and had some issues with my camera flipping upside down, issues with YouTube and the video not uploading right. So we're gonna go ahead and try and get this done today. So what you'll need for this tutorial is anywhere between a size 5.0 millimeter hook or a 6.5 millimeter hook. Those are the sizes that I like to use for doing these granny square blankets, and some yarn. So to begin, you're going to do a slip knot. Take the tail end of your yarn in your left hand. I like to put my index finger and my middle finger of my right hand underneath. Pull the rest of the yarn behind. Then grab my string, my yarn with my 2 fingers and pull through. And that's how I make my slip knot. And I'll put the loop onto my hook, and I'm going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I'm going to join it by inserting my hook through the first loop and doing a slip stitch. So I'm yarning over, pulling through both loops on my hook. So now I have a circle, and I'm going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3 to act as a double crochet, and then another chain for a chain space. Then I'm going to do a double crochet. So a double crochet, you're going to yarn over your hook, insert through the middle of that hole, of that ring, yarn over again, pull through, yarn over again, pull through 2, yarn over again, and pull through the last 2 loops on your hook. Okay, let me get some more yarn out. So again, we're going to do 2 more double crochets and then a chain space. So we're yarning over our hook, inserting through the center of our ring, yarning over again and pulling through. Now I have 3 loops on my hook. Yarn over again, pull through 2, yarn over again, and pull through the last 2. And again, yarn over, insert through our ring, yarn over again, pull through. I have 3 loops on my hook. Yarn over again, pull through 2, yarn over again, and pull through 2. So I consider that one of my stitches, the 3 double crochets. So we're going to do a chain space. So chain 1 and repeat. Do another 3 double crochets. Okay, I've done another 3 double crochets. I'm going to go ahead and do another chain for my chain space and repeat 3 more double crochets. Okay, now I've got 1, 2, 3 sets of 3 double crochets, and I have over here at the beginning my chain 3 and my chain space, so 4 chains over here. So what I'm going to do now is to finish my first round, which is my first 4 sets of double crochets. I'm going to do 1 chain space and only 2 double crochets, because that first chain of 4 that I did is going to act as my last stitch on this set. So I'm going to count 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to have my fourth one as my chain space. So I'm going to insert my hook into the top of that third chain, yarn over, pull through both loops that are on my hook. Okay. So now I've got my first, like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, my first round completed. Now I'm going to insert my hook into this chain space to the left. As you work, I'm right-handed, so I'm not really sure how to do this for left-handed people, but all of my videos will be for right-handed people. I'm going to insert my hook into my chain space. I'm going to yarn over and pull through, yarn over again and pull through both of them. So now we're going to do a corner. So every corner in our chain space, every corner of our square is actually going to have 2 sets of stitches. You're going to actually have 3 double crochets plus a chain space and another 3 double crochets in every corner. And as you go around and around, your stitches are going to grow on the sides. Each side, it's going to become more and more. You'll see in a minute what I'm talking about. So we're going to go ahead and for every round, we're always going to start with our 3 chains to act as our first double crochet. Yarn over, go through my chain space, my corner space, and create my first double crochet there, and then 1 more to complete my first stitch, my first set of 3. Now I'm going to do 1 chain space, again 3 double crochets, and my corner is complete. Okay, so I've got my 3 double crochets here, my corner chain space, and 3 more double crochets. Now I'm going to chain 1, find my next corner chain space, and do 3 double crochets, a chain space, and 3 more double crochets for a completed corner. Okay, so my second corner is done. I've got my 2 stitches in the corner and my chain space here. So I'm going to chain 1 and go into my next corner chain space, doing 3 more double crochets, a chain space, and 3 more double crochets. Okay, and on to my last corner, I'll chain 1, do my 3 double crochets into this corner, a chain space, and 3 more double crochets. My chain space and my last 3 double crochets. Okay, now I'm going to chain 1 and connect. So I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, go through the top loop of the 3rd chain, yarn over, and slip stitch. Now, for every round from here on out, in order to get to my corner, I like to slip stitch into the top stitches to my left, 1 and 2 right here. So I'm going to insert my hook through the bottom of that V, which is the bottom of that top stitch right there. I'm going to yarn over, pull through both loops on my hook. Again, insert my hook underneath that V stitch right there, the top of the stitch there. Yarn over and pull through both loops on my hook. So there is one more stitch right here that's really tight, but I'm not going to go into that, and I'll tell you why. When I'm ready to change color, that's when I take my hook. If it fits, great. If it's too tight, I usually go to a smaller hook just to get in there, but that's where I tie off when I want to change color. So I don't worry about that until I'm ready to change color, and we'll go through that in a few minutes. So here I'm going to insert my hook into the corner, yarn over, pull through. Now I have 2 loops on my hook. I'm going to yarn over again and pull through both loops. Now I'm going to start my next round. So again, you chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and repeat your corner stitches. So that'll be 2 double crochets, a chain space, and 3 double crochets to complete your corner stitches. Okay, so I have my two stitches here and my chain space. So now, as you can see, on our third round, we have here in the middle of our side, we have a chain space, a gap. So we're going to chain 1, and this is where we're going to double crochet into. Insert our hook. We're going to yarn over, insert our hook underneath that stitch into our chain space, yarn over again, pull through 2, yarn over again, and pull through 2. Repeat that 2 more times for a completed stitch. And we have our first side stitch on this row. Now we're going to chain 1, find our corner, and go ahead and repeat our corner stitches. That's 3 double crochets, a chain space, and 3 more double crochets. Okay, now we have our second corner done on this round. Go ahead and chain 1. We have our gap right here on the side for our next stitch. So 3 more double crochets. Chain space, and we'll find our next corner and go ahead and do 3 double crochets, a chain space, and 3 more double crochets to complete our corner stitches. Okay, so as you can tell, once I've completed my third round, on my sides I end up having 2 gap spaces. Okay, so this is how we keep growing and growing our granny square. So I'm going to continue this, and then I'm gonna show you how to change color. We're gonna just go ahead and do that all in this video. I was thinking about making a part 2, but I think I can do that in this video as well. We're about 15 minutes in, so shouldn't be too long of a video. And again, if you need to pause the video, stop the video for a moment or go back. This video is really easy, and you can learn how to do your double crochet here. I also have a previous video of how to do, your slip knot, your chain, your half double crochet, and if you need to look at that video before you do this, that's fine. Just go to my video list and you'll find it. Otherwise, if you're learning for the first time, you can stay here and use this video to teach you. It's really easy. Okay, that corner's done. One chain, and do my last side stitch on this round. Chain 1, count 1, 2, 3, go through the top and slip stitch to connect. Now to change color, I'm going to slip stitch to my corner through those top stitches right there. And remember, I was telling you this last stitch right here that seems to be a little tight, and I skip it when I'm going around and on the same color. This is where I'm going to insert. When I want to change my color, I'm going to tie off here. So I'm definitely going to go into this one. And it may be a little tight. And sometimes I take my smaller hooks to get through it. Yeah, make it a little looser. Okay, I'm in. Okay. Let's see, do I have a pair of scissors on me right here? Yes, I do. So we're going to cut off about 6 or 7 inches, leave a tail, and we're going to just pull that right through. Okay. So when I'm doing these blankets, I like to leave my center tail here so I know what side's my front or my back, because sometimes I like to crochet in bed and I'll have just a small dimmed light on next to me. And I'm going to use a yarn needle I have in my pocket. Okay, you can get these yarn needles really cheap. They have a really big head in them and they're made of metal. It's not a very sharp tip, but they're perfect for these projects. And I am going to, this is how I usually do it. I go behind into the front. I go around the top. Then I flip it over, and where my corner stitches meet my last corner chain space, I like to go underneath those pieces of yarn right there, just like that. And I go one direction, then I'll go on top of, like I come underneath this piece of yarn right here, and I'll go on top of that and go back through. And then I'll go one more time. over on top of this piece of yarn here and through. And then I like to rework my granny square so it's all even and not too tight, not pulled too tight over here. And then I'll just snip this tail off, and that's secured. Okay, so let's go ahead and change color. I've got my rainbow yarn right here, and I'm going to choose any corner, doesn't matter where you start, any corner. I'm going to insert my hook into my corner space, put the yarn on my hook like so, pull it through, yarn over with both pieces, the tail end and the main part of my yarn, and pull through. Then I'm going to leave my tail end down. I'll hold it with my fingers on the back. I like to actually put my middle finger there and hold it, and then I'll yarn over again, pull through for my second loop, and yarn over one more time. So that's our chain 3 of our first stitch of 3 double crochets in our corner. So I'll go ahead and do 2 more double crochets, and I keep holding my tail down onto my work in the back, and I will just work that tail into these stitches right here. Okay, chain 1 and do. Now once I've done that, I let my tail just hang out. I don't do my second set of stitches on my corner with the tail there. Just pull it out of my way. Now you're going to leave that tail there because later on you're going to go and weave you'll go right, left, right to weave that in underneath these stitches here, and then snip it off like we did the yellow. So chain 1, and then into my first gap space on my side, 3 double crochets. Again, chain 1, and find my next gap space, 3 double crochets. Chain 1. Now I'm back to my next corner. We'll do 3 double crochets into that corner chain space, another chain, and 3 more double crochets. So I am just going to finish off this round, show you what it looks like. This skein of yarn is Red Heart Super Saver Stripes, and the color is Favorite Stripe. It's rainbow. I'm actually going to be working on using my rainbow colors and this for a big blanket that I'd like to sell. Some of my work and things that I do, as for personal or for giveaways, but I also have stuff that I sell. So we're going to be making I'm going to be making a rainbow blanket for sale this week. These are also great because you can do, your granny square any size that you want, and you can turn it into a pillow or blanket or baby blanket, or you can make floor pillows, floor cushions. And you can buy the pillows or the stuffing at Walmart or at your local craft store like Michael's or Joann Fabrics or Hobby Lobby. I have a Hobby Lobby near me. These are really quick. Once you learn this, you'll see it's a very easy crochet project to do. It goes rather quickly. I've been crocheting for a little over a year now. Not very long, but definitely long enough that I work quite fast. And like anything, practice makes perfect. So, if you're new to crocheting, my advice to you is crochet every day, every chance that you get. I find it to be very fulfilling and very useful. The more you learn, the more stuff you're able to create, more gifts you can make by hand. You can make clothes, you can make bags, you can make chairs, cushions, pillows. I'm going to be doing lots of different art projects this year on my channel, so you won't just see crochet tutorials, but you will have all kinds of goodies, all kinds of videos coming from me this year. We'll go through a lot of different craft projects this year. So that was my 1, 2, and my third. Again, I'm going to slip stitch down my row. And I'm going to change color. So again, we're going to go through that last stitch right there that's really, really tight. Okay, and slip stitch through there. Cut off a tail and pull through. And then I'm going to go ahead and sew that in. Okay? All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining me today, and I hope to see you soon in my next video. Bye.